want to cut her like a little chunk when I had relaxed hair, because I like to see the like highlight look, but it always end up breaking because I have fine hair. What is a hair detox? So what a hair detox is, it's basically like detoxing your hair, removing all of the products, all of the silicones, all of everything that has been put on it. Sort of like if you were to detox your body. If you were to say, hey, I want to start a new diet, or I just been eating really bad, or oh, I detox every quarter, just to flush everything out of your system in that way, body-wise. It's the same thing with your hair. Especially being someone that has natural hair, you tend to use a lot of products on your hair. And so when you use a lot of product all the time, over and over and over, you're shampooing, probably using a sulfate-free shampoo, which is sulfate-free to not strip your hair of its natural oils, but it also doesn't take all the product off your hair either. So when you're always doing that, conditioning products, barely getting all the products off with a shampoo over and over and over, it causes a buildup on top of your hair strand, sort of like it's suffocating your hair strand, and the hair cuticle is not opening to let anything in. So the symptoms of needing a detox is saying, my hair feels like it's weighted with something, my products don't work anymore, I don't know why. It's because you probably need to pull everything off again and start fresh with a fresh slate of clean hair, so that the products can actually get into it. It can open up and receive conditioning and all of the nourishment that it needs to continue to be healthy. Because when the hair needs to be detoxed, it will be dry, it will be dull, it does not shine, and like I said, nothing works on it. So you'll definitely know the difference between detoxed hair and non-detoxed hair. I hope I answered your question, Marsha. So, Bianca, are there any benefits to applying apple cider vinegar to your scalp? So, apple cider vinegar to your scalp, probably only to change the pH level. If you have any, you're welcome, Marsha. If you have any scalp issues, good evening, then maybe, but not, I don't use it for like dandruff. The issues that I'll use it for behind the chair would more so be hair pH levels. Like you can do an apple cider vinegar rinse to help with shine and strength and things of that nature. It also is good for detoxing as well. But as far as the scalp, I've never heard that it does any benefit. I don't see why it would do any hurt or any harm, but I haven't heard of the benefits, only on the actual hair strand as far as apple cider vinegar, which is just good to bring the pH levels back. Which basically, when I say bring a pH level back, when you're cleansing your hair, your cuticle kind of opens up. It's sort of like a tree. The tree, your hair strand being the middle of the tree, and then the branches is the cuticle. So when you're cleaning your hair, it's looking like that. And so the pH level is kind of high, and you need something to bring it down to close the cuticle, to say, okay, we've finished washing, we've gotten all of our conditioning in, now we want to close. And so apple cider vinegar is something that helps that happen, that process happen. Because when the cuticle closes, that's when your hair is smooth and you can detangle it well. And you can even feel it on your strand. If you take your fingers and slide it up and down, you can feel the ridges if your cuticle needs to be closed. And you can just apply cool water because you want that hair strand to be smooth. Okay, another question. I hope I answered your question, Bianca. Amelia, what should I do for itchy scalp? So, itchy scalp could be dry scalp or it could be dandruff. For itchy scalp, you can put an oil on your scalp like argan or jojoba. What else is good for itchy scalp? Sweet almond oil, avocado oil, and just massage it in. For itchy scalp, I do use raindrops behind the chair and in the salon and in here for an itchy scalp, just massaging it nightly onto the scalp for the added extra moisture. Also, when you're going out in the sun, because the sun actually can do damage and dry out your scalp as well. Remember to protect with hats or some type of umbrella if you know you're going to be around extreme heat or sun that's hitting you right on your head, so that can prevent your scalp from being dry. So that's what I would recommend, especially I know my shampoo and conditioner, it targets dry and itchy scalp. It has the tea tree already in it, the tea tree oil in it. So give that a little bit of time to activate and work, but definitely massage with either the raindrops or the oils that I mentioned, which I'm coming out with the oil I told y'all next week, damage repair oil, which is really good for that. What about rice water? Does it promote hair growth? I don't know anything about rice water. There are a lot of new things that I would say, what do I call them? The naturalistas that, you know, sit home and actually sit and make and do certain things for their hair. I've never tried rice water, and I say that only because a lot of things I just can't do behind the chair as a professional. It's just not safe. I don't want to get sued. I don't want to, it's just not a good thing for me to have, you know, rice water, make it. It's just a lot of bacteria that can be passed. So I don't tend to gravitate toward those things that you can make at home like that, because I know that I can't really use it in the salon unless I put it and make it a product. So I'm unsure about that, Brittany. I don't really have any friends that use it because most of my friends are my clients. So I really can't give you any advice on that one. My apologies. How do you determine your hair texture and find the best products for natural hair? So determining your hair texture is simply knowing whether your hair, so I'm old school. So all of the new alphabets and numbers that they came out with, I believe it's confusing the average consumer. And I feel like it's a sales tactic to make you feel confused and say, oh, this product says 3B on it. That's for me. That's not what I learned in cosmetology school 22 years ago. What I know is you have straight hair, you have wavy hair, you have curly hair, and you have coily hair. And typically when you can be ordered online. Right, but I haven't used it, Miss Phyllis. You're right. You're absolutely right. And I just haven't. I use what works for me, and if it stopped working, then maybe I'll go try to search for it. But I don't really. It's certain product lines that I use because it has to be up to a standard for me when it comes to ingredients. And so there's certain lines that I stay within, and when I veer outside of that, then it may have rice water, but then it may have some other ingredients that I don't really agree with using. So I just kind of stay away from it. But you're right, there are some rice water products out there. What was I saying? Oh, so you have straight hair, wavy hair, curly hair, coily hair. So from my opinion, when people ask me, what kind of hair do they have? Is it 4C or 3AB? I don't know. I always tell them to go get a chart, because I know they have a chart out there somewhere, and put their hair up to it. And the average woman has about 2 to 3 different hair textures on her head. So you can go and find it like that. What I do know is the curlier your hair is, the more moisture that it needs. And so when it comes to finding the best product for natural hair, go with the product that seems to be more moisturizing. I actually have my own product line, and the reason why I developed it the way that I did is so that it would be befitting for all textures, so that people won't be confused about what's best for their hair. Most natural hair product lines that are on the market now, they are full of a lot of heavy ingredients, and most of the ingredients don't really penetrate the hair strand, which leaves the hair kind of dry. And I've kind of gone through a lot of them, and then of course dealing with so many clients and what they've been using over the counter. So I specifically targeted my product line to be full of the ingredients that I believe in, which are penetrating, moisturizing oils, natural. You have your green tea extract, your raspberry leaf extract, a lot of natural ingredients, to where it doesn't sit on top of the hair. It actually gets into the hair strand and does what it needs to do. And I focused heavily on moisture, because when the hair does have a curl pattern that's tight, it needs the most moisture in the world, because when the hair is moisturized, It's easier to detangle, it's more manageable, and it's actually going to respond well. It's going to be without frizz. The styles are going to last longer. And then you're not fighting with your hair. You actually enjoy your hair journey and fall in love with the hair that God is giving you. So as far as finding the best product for natural hair, I feel like my product line is the best product for anybody's natural hair. And I'm not saying that just because it's mine. I'm saying it just because of the products and the reviews and everything that I've gotten. And then me being behind the chair for 22 years, it's the best I've ever experienced. It's called Cadence Taylor. Look, I'm trying to see where I can type it. It's called Cadence Taylor Organic Beauty. I don't know where to type it. Oh, here we go. I'm going to type it in the chat for you. But yes, it kind of takes the guesswork out of everything being able to be used. It's not letting me type. But I'll type it in here somewhere. Every time I go to type it, it turns off. Yep. But yes, the name of the product line is, the website is cadencetaylor.com, and I'll type it somewhere in the chat whenever it's completed so that you'll have the information. But thank you for asking. I know it can be confusing being natural because there's so much out there. And every time I read, you're so very welcome. I'm always like, man, I don't want anybody to be confused. And it is confusing. Thank you so much, Lady Val. Thank you, Bianca. But yeah, it's confusing, but I have created the product line, which is the answer to everybody's question. Thank you, Miss Phyllis. And it's doing amazing things. And I shared this in my other group, in my group. I went back to work because I haven't been at work for the past year because I have one lung and I consider myself high risk. And I didn't know what this coronavirus was doing, so I felt that it was safest to stay home. And while I was home, I was able to build and develop Cadence Taylor Organic Beauty, which is, I started before the pandemic. So a lot of my clients started buying the products. Going back to work, you all, I was really blown away by the result of my clients using the products for the past 10 months. Blown away to the fact that I've had clients for 13, 14 years, and their hair has never been as healthy as it is. Never been as thick, never been as strong. I mean, on the product side of it, I was happy. I was in awe, and I was like, God, you really did this. Like, I prayed and told you this is what I want to give to the world, and you did it. But on the hairstylist side, I was like, I'm going to retire because they had me working. I was in complete awe of the results of these products. So if you haven't tried them, I'm just saying that it's the best solution to easy hair care. If you have any problem, I mean, I've targeted everything that I've taken, all the experience from behind the chair of all of the concerns and hair issues throughout the years, and I did it. Miss Phyllis say, my hair is permed, it was thinning, and your products are helping my hair. I feel a difference, especially with the drops. Thank you so much, Miss Phyllis, and I'm so happy to hear that, because I remember when you messaged me and you asked me, was it going to be good for your hair when you told me your issues? So to God be the glory. God is the reason and the purpose behind everything that we do, ladies. He should be. And so even though I'm here talking about hair and beauty, I'm a vessel. That's what he made me to do for this earth, is to share his word, his wisdom, my testimony, and these products to make us love our hair and ourselves. So it just makes me so happy every time y'all say that. And I had a big distribution deal. Y'all keep Cadence Taylor Beauty in your prayers. Hey, Christy. Hey. I had a big distribution deal on the table that I turned down because the Lord said, that's not for you. But what it did teach me was get ready. So get ready to see Cadence Taylor all over the world, because that's what God told me he was going to do as he just prepares me. And I'm just so happy I can relate to Sister Phyllis and will order. Okay. Yes, I can't wait. The website, Christy, is cadencetaylor.com. You know, that's all Alana uses. What are the fertility allergies in hair products? So there are some ingredients. Now I can post it for you, Brittany, because I don't know every single ingredient that is, you know, makes you infertile, but there are some, and I can definitely post it when I post in the group, because I'm glad you asked that question, because it is true. The reason why I educate the way that I do is because we don't look at our hair care and our makeup and our skincare and the things that we're putting around ourselves and on ourselves as something that could also make us infertile, that can introduce cancer to our bodies, that can disrupt our hormonal systems, which controls your whole entire body. I mean, it's something that we grew up like, okay, just let me go get these products. You're welcome, Brittany. And because it does well, the result. Oh, it smells good. That's what we're trying to do as women. We love things that smell good, and there's nothing wrong with that. But now we have to start doing better, because we know better, and finding more scents that are not synthetic, that still smell amazing, but not being harmful to our bodies. And like she said, not making us infertile, and not tapping into our allergies and introducing cancer to our bodies. So I'm really excited about sharing more of that, because I know I haven't really dug deep into sharing that part yet with you all, but it's definitely coming. You'll be seeing what products to switch from and what healthy products you can start using in place of that. Sonia, yes, I do have products for men. I have shampoo and conditioner, and I have a men's butter and a men's oil for men to use on their skin and their hair and their beards. And so it's really good if men are trying to grow in their bald spots. It works for that. But it's just good for overall moisture for their skin and their beard. It keeps everything soft and keeps everything supple. But yes, it's called William Brooks. It's on the same website, CadenceTaylor.com. Oh, y'all got me talking. I love it. I love these questions. Any other questions before we end out? Okay, y'all. Well, grab some more questions for next week, because I'll be coming back. And I need some topics. I have so much going on in this brain. I know a whole lot. But sometimes I just don't know what to talk about, because I have so much to give with knowledge. So if you all can shoot me some questions. Yes, Phyllis. William Brooks is for the men. You are so welcome, Bianca. Thank you all for being on here. But like I said, let me know if you have any questions. You can inbox me. Just shoot me some questions. Give me some topics so I can share something that you all really need. All right? You are so welcome. I'm so glad everything is helpful to you all. But you all enjoy your evening, and I'll see you all next Monday at Hair Talk. Oh, the website, Shanisha, is CadenceTaylor.com. I'll type it in the chat as soon as I get off. Thank you so much, Marsha. You are amazing too. Thank you, Lady Val. Love y'all. See y'all next week.